Hey, check it out. 1212. Man, it's been a minute. Let's make sure everything is up and running for you. Sound looks good. Everything else looks good. Hey, afternoon everybody. It's Patrick Allman. It's been a minute. You are on my fan page and you are a fan or a follower, whatever the phrase is for the day if you are watching. And it's been a minute since I've gone live. And I realized how much I preach on media exposure and sharing your thoughts and teaching people based on what you know. But I myself have been helping people, just hasn't been online on Facebook as much. So if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube, you know I jump in every now and then, but I do a lot of heads down client work also. But to say the truth, this is one of the things I really love to do is to go live, and not only that, just to get on a video and talk to you and other people about the thoughts I have, and I love to hear your questions. That's actually the biggest reason I love being live, is because I can get your questions and respond to them real time. So I want to do that a little bit today. I won't be on for very long. I won't do an hour-long show like I like to do sometimes. But I did want to talk to you about something I saw a little bit earlier today, which was kind of interesting to me. I follow several really smart people on Instagram, and one of them I follow is Alex Hormozi. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his name. I believe his last name was Hormozi. And he posted something, which I want to dig into it a little bit deeper. And I believe what he posted was, let me see here. I believe it says something like, there is no secret the 1% don't want you to know, but there are things the 99% refuse to believe. Love it, love it. I don't know if he was the originator or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. I saw it, love it, thought I'd come on and talk to you about it. Let's get this stuff off the screen for you so you don't see me the entire time. There we go. So again, what he said was, there is no thing the 1% are trying to hide from you, but there are things that 99% of people refuse to believe. What does that mean? What he's saying is that there's no magic secret of success. And I've never liked that phrase. There's a secret. There's a secret to getting more YouTube followers. There's a secret to getting more leads. There's a secret to making $1 million. There's a secret that the billionaires don't want you to know. I hate that. I hate that shit. I'll just put it right there. I hate it when people say there is a secret, because for almost everything out there isn't really much of a secret. However, some people, I don't know, hopefully you're not one of them, but most people are this way, to tell you the truth. I'm a big believer in the rule of 80-20. And in most cases, that 80%, 90%, maybe even 95%, refuse to believe the things that people share with them to help them. It really is weird. You know the routine, and you've probably done it before also. You hop on social media, or you read a book or something, and someone will tell you, well, this is how I did this thing. This is how I built this business. This is how I lost 100 pounds. This is how I lost a bunch of body fat. And they will tell you exactly what they did to get there. And you won't believe it. Now, I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying you, the consumer. You don't believe it. You don't believe that somebody, did this thing. You don't believe that they ran this many miles, or they changed this diet, or they did this one thing, work 12-hour days for 5 years to grow their business to where now they can work for 3 hours a day. And that's one of the things I would caution you when it comes to the whole game of mindset to be very careful of, is that people that are sharing information and knowledge, if they have actually achieved that success themselves, they are worth listening to. And I'll give you an example. I'll use myself as an example. Let's say you came to me and I told you how to start a business here in Oklahoma. And I said, this is the paperwork you file. These are the bank accounts you use. This is how you set up your business. This is what you do. And then these are the first things you go out and you start marketing to generate interest and visibility into your business. I've shared that advice with lots of people who have asked me, how do I start a business? And most of them don't follow it. Most of them believe I had some luck or some inside track to make a certain amount of money, or I had a buddy that lent me some money, or that I just got really lucky. And that one's true. That one's 100% true. I definitely got lucky. But this whole concept of that there's a small number of people out there, the whole concept of there's a small number of people out there that have a secret that they don't want to share with you, is just plain bullshit. Now, you may not know it. You may not know what the quote unquote secret is they're talking about, but that doesn't make it a secret. That just means you haven't learned it yet. I'm up there. I'm not going to say I'm at a very mature age. I'll put it to you that way. And there's a lot I don't know that I wish I had been exposed to when I was younger. And it's not like the school system failed me or college failed me or the military failed me by not teaching me those things. We have a finite amount of time and a finite amount of resources and a finite amount of bandwidth, to tell you the truth, to learn certain things. And so, some people learn valuable lessons at 15 or 16 when it comes to entrepreneurship or making money or running their lives or time management or priority management. Some people learn that stuff very, very young. Maybe, 9, 10, 15, 16. I probably didn't learn some of that stuff until I was in my 30s, if not a little bit later. And it's not because anybody failed me or I sucked or I didn't get the right training. It's just it wasn't dropped in my lap. I didn't learn it. Once I learned it, the light went on. So there's no 1% there's no 1% of people in the world who know the secret to time management who are hiding it from me or who are hiding it from you. It's just you haven't learned it yet, which is why it's so important to keep learning. Once you start learning things on a regular basis and you put yourself in the mode of training yourself, you realize that there's not really secrets out there. I mean, yeah, I'm sure the government has secrets out there, but when it comes to running your life, running your business, there are no big secrets. There are just lessons. And there are lessons you've learned, and there are lessons you have not learned. And hopefully, as you get further along in life and business, that those buckets will transfer. The bucket of what you don't know will get more and more empty, and the bucket of what you do know will get more and more full. And that's just what life is. Don't get stressed out over it, and don't fall victim to some bullshit marketing that tells you that people are hiding secrets from you. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't happen. Every person I've known who's had more money than me, who's had a more successful business than me, shares everything willingly, sometimes proactively. Sometimes it's painful when I hear about it. Have you ever had a lesson where, you're like, crap, I really didn't want to hear that because that was painful. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. So that was my lesson for today. If you agree, drop me a comment below or drop me a 1 in the comments below or a hey, Patrick, I'd love to hear from you. And if you don't agree, please explain why. I have an open mind, and who knows, I may use your example of why I'm wrong or why I need to become less myopic and learn more from your comments. I'm perfectly open to that. And I'll do another session where I'll just give you credit for opening up my mind and helping me not be such an ignorant fool that I can be sometimes. Anyways, hopefully you've enjoyed this live. If you have, please make sure that obviously, you like it and share it. And a big favor I'm going to ask of you is to go over and subscribe to me on YouTube, if you will, please, okay? If you're watching this on YouTube, kudos. But YouTube is where I'm really trying to grow the following, and because it's video. And I do so much better on video than I do with the written word or a blog post or a podcast. So talking of the camera are where I do well. So if you like some of the stuff that I do, I would love to hear from you. Engage with me somehow. If it's over on Twitter, I'm Patrick Allman on Twitter. If it's over on Facebook, I'm Patrick Allman on my profile and Patrick Allman on my Facebook page. And yes, over on YouTube and Instagram, it's also Patrick Allman. It's not hard to find me. Hopefully this has been educational for you. It's Thursday here in Oklahoma City, February 16th. Thank you for watching as always, and have a great day and a great weekend. And I'll see you on the next live.